What is going on, everybody? Back on it. Berserk, Manga's chapters 129, and 130. We got some kind of extraterrestrial higher ability phenomenon going on here. It seems to even be stretching to the likes of apostles, as we saw with Zod having that like half reality, half not vision dream. It's also Guts had a vision. Everybody in Midland dreamed the same dream. Like there's some kind of hive mind connection, demon interference. Nobody knows. Us as a reader and the viewers have no idea. Us as the readers and the characters in the story have no idea what the hell it means. So I guess we'll see. I posed the question, and it's the same shit, different episode, of the extent of what the God Hand is able to do. Like, what's happening right now clearly seems to be by their hand. There's a vision of a hawk, you know, parallels to Griffith. We saw the other, I don't know the God Hands by name, but we saw the face of the other one and all the rats and everything that were forming. There's clearly a demonic God Hand interference. But again, can they just fuck around and do shit like that whenever they want? Or does it have to be written? Do they have to be ordered? Do they have to be commanded to do, or can they just do? And that was the question I posed a long time ago when the eclipse ended. Like, if Griffith really wanted to be a piece of shit, does he have the authority to show up in front of Guts every single day until the end of time and have his way with Casca in front of him day after? Like, he can just do that? Or just because he's a God Hand, he doesn't have free reign to do whatever. He still has to follow a daily. I don't even know if they can even freely access Earth or the human world if not for an eclipse. Like, to my knowledge as a reader right now, the only time they're allowed to show up is when an eclipse is happening or when they've been summoned by someone that's going to be presented with the choice to become an apostle. Besides that, I don't think they can just show up and do. But we'll see. And then we had a Casca. What we saw of Casca, is that what her current appearance is? I'm going to assume. We'll see. Let's go ahead and do it. Are we on? Mic is on. Recording. Good. You guys can see the cursor. Alright, chapter 129, Conviction Arc. We also had the King of Midland die. We got some Charlotte stuff. I wonder if we'll be catching up with her more, because she is queen. We'll see. Snow, snowfall, spirit of winter. Okay, I get it, Puck. It falls down like fluff. It dances lightly down. Try to catch it and see how wondrous. Oh, wow. Smashed him like a mosquito. Is this a girl we know? I was just about to say, is this the girl? The little girl that Rickert was running around behind that was with Casca? I'm going to assume that's who it is. Or another random. If it's not, it's going to be another random girl that's going to die. Blowing lots of bubbles, spirits. Yeah, okay. Puck's just going on about some shit. Yes, I caught something neat. Rickert, a chestnut got. Okay. She had the Rickert name drop, so this is her. So we're going to see Casca. Oh gosh, do we think she's improved at all? Oh man, I would love to see her be able to acknowledge Guts, speak to him, but also say, like, Guts, I'm not well, and I know that I'm not and won't be for a while. But she can at least acknowledge, she can at least be social, but also acknowledge that she's not. I don't know, maybe she's still a mute, who knows. Why did you have to scare her like that? Yo, you got a bit taller, didn't you? It's rare we see somebody see this image of Guts. Like him just creeping through the woods and shit and actually have a smile on their face. Oh shit, Rickert looking like a young judo. He's got a little to him. Rickert, welcome home, Erica. Good work, thanks. You look a lot stronger, didn't recognize you. Guts, Rickert looks like a girl, actually. Let's slow down. Looks like Farnese, honestly. Farnese's twin brother that also looks like a girl. Guts, you're alive. Whoa, he got tall. Holy shit. No word from you in 2 years? Where in the world and why? Sorry, Rickert, before that. Is Casca safe? What happened? Oh, God. What's wrong? Casca's not here. Ay, 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 ay. What's that mean? What's that supposed to mean, Rickert? Why not? Since when? Where the hell? That's him. She bust out crying. I did it. It's my fault. It's because I went and took her outside. Oh God, Erica. Is she just wandering about the world? Well, you figure they're not gonna have Casca die off screen. So clearly she's alive, so I'm wondering, is she competent enough to fend for herself now when these demons come after her in the middle of the night, or what? It happened about a month ago. Casca had lived in the cave for so long, she was pretty sick of it. Lately she'd gotten where she wouldn't even eat much. Erica couldn't stand seeing it, so she took her along to go pick fruit. Before I knew it, she was gone. I looked for her until the sun went down and I couldn't find her. But Rickert, what are you doing here? You know full well how Casca is now. Why aren't you looking for her? And yet you're here. Oh, whoops, I read that incorrectly. Excuse me. Stupid gut, stupid, stupid, stupid. What's the big idea? What about what you did? You went and left her here. Yeah? If you wanted her so looked after, why didn't your ass stay here? You went off gallivanting for 2 years, slaying apostles, gained no information about nothing, came back with not shit about shit to do with shit. He just came back more injured than the last time he left. We literally have come back with no more information than when we left. You went and left her, and then you went off somewhere for 2 years. You don't even know how Rickert feels. He did go look for her again and again this past month. He went to look for her as much as he could, but Rickert came back to us. He came back to us. Where's the old man? There's a reason I can't leave. Too much noise, I can't sleep. Old man's not doing so well, is he? He was old when we left 2 years ago, but he was damn blacksmithing on the daily. The man had some muscle to him, like he was in shape. What the hell happened? Just age? Damn, he looks rough. With that stupid look off your face, I hear you can't throw a rock without hitting a dead body down there. Oh, because he heard about Midland and everything that's happening. So what's so weird about seeing a half-dead old man or two? Plague? Nothing so special as all that. It's just old age, old age. Dang, 2 years and he's just lost it all. Just when I thought I'd have a quiet, peaceful death, the noisy idiot had to come back. Well, you get to be here at my death. I guess God's seeing nice to you. So, enough of the long-winded speech. Let me see that sword. Let me see the sword in hand. That thing could use some touching up, huh? Even though it's a big slab of... Because we've concluded, like, this isn't normal iron, correct? This is some shit he got from, like, the Elvish Mountains. That's why it's so sturdy and stable. But even though it is starting to chip, it's starting to show it's like we could use a re-up. Blade nicks, blood rust, bends. Shouldn't be this way even after 10 years. That's gonna take more than just a little elbow grease. You really make a blacksmith cry, you know that? Well, I don't know if he understands what we've been fighting. You're lucky it's lasted this long. I'm guessing you swung and shoot too often to eat or sleep. Yeah? Can't stay sane forever fighting that way. True. This is the first... almost authority figure that Gut seems to be, I don't want to say submissive to, but almost would listen to, would heed advice from. We rarely see this with him. because he never talks to anybody really older than him. And I'm not talking like, oh, you know, Griffith was a couple years. I'm talking like older, established older. Your face looks even more tense now than it did before, so if you didn't hate that much, you wouldn't even be able to stand up, huh? 2 years ago when Rickert rolled in here with the two of you busted up, I don't know what it was that happened to you all. Afterwards, when that monster came calling, I guess I had some clue what it could have been. So you're waging war against things like that. I can't even say for sure if that's the right thing to do. But worse, you do it for retaliation, for revenge. Yeah. That's what Erica said. Like, yeah, Guts can show up and talk all this shit. And yes, Erica should not have taken her out. Or if they did, at least take Rickert with you. And like make sure she just like can't run off. Put a bell on her or something. But regardless, if he cared that much, he wouldn't have left, because he didn't leave with a plan. There was no guarantee he'd even get information. And I've been saying this for a while now. Like, what is Guts's plan? Does he just want to kill apostles because it makes him feel better? Or what's up, man? Like, are you hoping? Because he doesn't know, and us as a viewer don't know. Like, what is it that he's like wanting to, is he hoping to stumble into a count situation that he might beat up an apostle bad enough that they'll resummon the God Hand and he might have his opportunity? Like, is that what he's hoping for? Or what I'm taking it as, like the old man says, it's just retaliation or revenge just to make him feel better, but it doesn't solve what's in here. Listen, why not run away from war? From hatred. Okay? Someone's planting some seeds in his head of like, hey, you can not, you know, you can be different if you want. And that's what it came down to when he came to the old man and Erica the first time, when he overheard Griffith having the conversation with Charlotte of, you know, he wants his friends to have their own things and their own dreams. And Guts left and came back around, and he admitted that he hasn't found it yet. He doesn't know what his thing is yet, but he knows what he's good at, and what he's good at is swinging a sword. So he's just gonna keep swinging a sword, but that doesn't mean that's all you have to be. So just listen. It's the ramblings of a dying old man. Think about hatred. It's the place where people who can't look sorrow in the eye without wavering run off to. Even more than a blood-rusted sword, vengeance is something you soak and sharpen in blood. You sink the blade called your heart deep into blood in order to fix the nicks called sorrow. He's dropping some knowledge. The more you sharpen it, the more it rusts, so you sharpen it again. In the end, all that's left is a pile of rust and scraps. Oh, come on, it ain't like you to lecture. You telling me to become a blacksmith or something? Hey, I mean, it keeps you around swords and weapons, but it doesn't mean you have to use them. I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to. You've got some huge nicks in your heart. Damn cracks called fear running all through it. This is interesting. We've never seen Guts in this type of personality, I would say. Again, like, it is like a father figure. I'm not going to say maybe that Guts looks at him like a father figure, the way like Gambino was. But at the time, Gambino was a father figure because Guts was a kid. He knew no one, he had no one. He didn't even have an established personality or life or memories or anything. Now Guts is he's a man. I mean, he is a man, he's a warrior, he's killed humans, he's killed men, demons, he's been through a lot. And to see him kind of default to listening, because he's quick to like bark back at like Puck trying to give him advice, or what was Rosine? I remember Rosine's name. What was the girl's name? Julie? I forget. Like Julie trying to like speak some wisdom, or anybody trying to speak wisdom, like he's not trying to hear it. He's actually just like letting the man speak. It could be because the old man's dying, but I don't know. There seemed to be a respect level. You don't know. You don't understand. In this cozy place, you're about to die with nothing left behind to regret. You don't get it. No human understands that. We see The demon coming out of him here. Hey, he's getting this up out of his he's getting this up off of him, though. He's never spoke this before. Like, outside of his own mind. This would be good to, like, speak it out. Like, just get that up out of you. Is he speaking this? I can't tell if these are... I mean, I'm going to say he is speaking this out loud. They died, no one was left, none of it made any sense. Suddenly, unfairly, like bugs without understanding anything. They were all young, they could have done something if they lived, but still, in an instant, to me, they were irreplaceable. You abandoned those irreplaceable things. You went alone. On that day 2 years ago, in your hopeless suffering, you left the Oh! True! Guts is over here saying things are irreplaceable. You still had things to you that's irreplaceable. Casca, to him, is the most irreplaceable. Rickert counts in that as well. So, like, you say they're irreplaceable, but are they? Because you left and were willing... Same shit Erica said, like... Guts is over here saying it's irreplaceable, but he left to try to make himself feel better. Left the last irreplaceable things you had and went away by yourself. You were right beside those irreplaceable things, yet you couldn't bear to immerse yourself together in sorrow with them. Yeah, he didn't want to sit and go through that. So instead, you ran away so that your own malice could burn inside you. Am I wrong? Dang, we could have used some of this a couple years ago. Do you have any place criticizing Rickert, who you left here? Do you have any place talking about revenge for your friends when you're the one who went off abandoning that girl here? At the critical... I mean, that was critical for her. Because you could say the question that... Casca pre-eclipse might be gone forever in here. She could get over it. She might not ever get over it, but she can recover. You know, there's some things like you can forgive but not forget. She can recover and be comfortable in her physical body again, and maybe even take Guts or another man. You know, whatever. It's like she can recover, but like the personality or who she was, like that girl might not ever be in there again. And he wasn't there to see that most critical process through. At the critical moment, you go and chose yourself and rely on fighting. Because again, and another thing is like the fighting is all he knows and it's all he's ever had. He's solved all his problems with fighting. He doesn't know anything else. You're like a drawn sword on the battlefield, one with countless nicks, soaked in blood and rusting. With a lethal crack in it, a sword that's begun to break. That was probably, verbally, textual-wise, one of the best chapters of the 130 that we've had so far. It wasn't the biggest action, wasn't the biggest aha reveals, but that was good. Hurry this way. See there? What's these? They're graves. Oh, did Rickert smith some swords for every Hawk member and give them like little tombstones? It's nowhere near the right number, but I made them as practice. And it's not like everybody's underneath here, but maybe it's some consolation. We did this all the time in the field, didn't we? 2 years, plenty of time for a person to change. In the time I've gone on hating Rickert's done this. Funerals so like the deaths of his comrades, he found a new way to live. Through that, because that's a thing too, and we've been saying it. I brought this up when Puck was getting those like Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy, like I feel your emotions in me type thing. He's, first of all, the only person he would even talk to about that is Casca, and she's unable to be talked to. Puck would maybe be second in line to have a conversation with like that, but Puck has no idea why we're the way we are at this moment, and he saw a little bit of that. But he's also never... Have we even seen Guts take a moment to break down, like, by himself? Because he doesn't do it at night, because he doesn't have time to even think at night because he's being hunted down. And I'm guessing he kind of moves in the shadows during the day and I guess sleeps during the day. He's still a human being and has to sleep. He might go 2 or 3 days on the run, but he does still sleep. So maybe he sleeps during the day, fights at night. Has he taken a moment to just like step aside and ever just like every grown man needs to get that up out of them? He hasn't taken the time to reflect on Pippin or Judo or anything. He just woke up 2 years ago and just went. Still though, I'm amazed that the boy from back then would turn out to be Guts' friend. What a shocker. Oh yeah, that's right, they ran into each other. Yeah, he got that rubbings. He got the special elf juice. Yeah, really thanks to you, both Guts and Casca narrowly escaped dying then. I have to thank you for that. All lies within the causal current, or something like that. Again, yeah, it's causality, it's destiny. Rickert was always going to meet Puck along to then have that. You get it. I guess it's like we're all tied together by a red thread of destiny. I said the word. They said destiny. They're talking about a causality current over here. By the way, you've been curried your Ferris elves yet? Huh? I don't know what that means. Not yet. Then later on, I'll stake my life on treating you. Oh no, don't bother. We're going down in the depths here. Oh wow, he's not in his armor or anything anymore. It's the same as it was. This is definitely somewhere elves live. No evil spirit's gonna be able to sneak in here easily. I know that you're anxious, but rest well tonight. There's a lot to talk about, but for now, we'll hurry up and repair your sword and hand. They look pretty abused, so we'll get them to where you can head out soon. Do you think he says maybe I'll stay for a little bit, help you look for Casca? Because again, what is he heading out to? He doesn't have a lead on something, he doesn't have information, he doesn't have anything he's hunting or he's tracking. He's just wandering without a compass, no roadmap, just hoping to run into some shit. Rickert, what about me? You'll be cuddling with me. Jesus, Erica, relax. About earlier, I'm sorry. No. I'm the one who's sorry. I got impatient too, but these 2 years being here, I've realized something important. Hey, what about... Hey, wait. Am I a babysitter? Jesus, Erica, relax. Alright then. Good night. See you again if fate decrees. Okay, fate. Everyone, these words are flying around. Hey, you think maybe he'll take a moment and get it up out of him? Wouldn't it be wild if Casca trickled in here in the middle of the night? And he can actually sleep at night and not have to worry about the demons coming up in there. It's no use. Even though I know I'm safe, there's no way I can sleep in the dark. Yeah. Which is understandable. When you go every night not being able to, I'd like to have some... that's not something you're shaking off in one day. No, chances are I won't be able to sleep at night the rest of my life, yeah? Yeah, you've been too triggered to stay awake. You went alone. You were right beside those irreplaceable things, yet you couldn't bear to immerse yourself together in sorrow with them. So instead you ran away. So I'm telling you, that old man really was dropping some knowledge. Oh god. A great image that we've got to sit here again. We're getting Casca molestation visual. Oh god. Oh lord. Like he's never going to be able to get this out of his head. Ever. It's just so rough. And we've already gone back and forth on this of like how things were animated, and I think I had a couple of you say, I don't know if this is true, just word on the street, that the author regrets how he handled some of the panels because it could be taken as, is Casca into this? Is she enjoying? Is this something she reluctantly, always wanted, which maybe she did at one point. Not this in the manner that it happened, but to be physical in a way with Griffith. That's up for interpretation. But even if they're able to recover and get through this and be together, like, you're just never gonna get that out of your head because you saw it happen in front of you. She's telling you to, like, not look. You're there seeing it. There's nothing. It's all fucked. Okay. Exactly what I'm saying. Like, you can't be like that shit. That scar does not heal, and it might not ever heal. Good God Almighty. Like, it's just not something that you're gonna. I don't know. It's rough. That's asking a lot, man. I didn't run away. I can't run. Not from the last thing seared into my right eye. Fear, malice, I don't know. Possibly it's both, but I can never atone for this dark flame. If I can't atone, if I can't escape, all I can do is burn myself and my enemies with it. Oh shit. This looks like his, like, demon, his Nen beast here. The blood must flow, so keep killing. It will still thirst forever, all alone, always. And it's giving me very strong, like... We know he's not going to become an apostle. But it seems like this is what you could play on in his head. This here. Could he be pushed to a point that he would agree to something like that? Knowing that he hasn't gotten that out of him. Like he says here, I can never atone for this flame of darkness. All I can do is burn myself and my enemies. Like, he hasn't quenched that revenge in his heart that he's like, oh, I need to stay alive for as long as possible and take out my revenge on my enemies, and gives them so, you know, it's not going to happen, but there is something within him that seems like he can be pulled on to push him in a dark direction. He just needs a little bit of a push. Maybe what Godo said is right, though. What can I say now when I left her in a state like that? I've got no right talking about revenge for my comrades when I abandoned Casca, abandoned the Band of the Hawk itself. Oh wow, is that a Corcus vision? You mean former Raiders captain? I won't recognize it. I don't know if it was for some dream or what, but he left on his own. He wasn't here when things were at their worst. For us, think I can call someone like that a comrade? You've already separated yourself. There's no obligation, yeah, for you to go that far. Take her with you, even if you have to drag her this time. If you don't, you fight your own battles, right? You have to go, even if it's alone. Oh, we haven't seen some of this in a while. That's right, long ago, ever since then, I haven't had that right. I started this war myself. We can't go down this path of, like, if I never left, Guts or Griffith would have never done this to get in that position, which would have never led to all this. Like, that's all out of your control. Someone's puppeting everybody, so it's definitely different from what I had wished for then, but at least it's not like anyone forced me to do it. I declared this war myself, but still, what's burning me ain't just this black flame. Campfire from those days still burns in my chest. That's right. Wasn't this last feeble flame left to me all that barely kept me from being consumed by the black flame? Yeah. What have I done? Did I go and do it again? Yeah, you did. You left. But the first one, I do not blame him. I don't blame him for the first time, because he was never going to be him playing soldier with them. He was never going to be himself or find what he needed. I liked Judo's proposal. You should leave and just take Casca with you. Go find what it is that, like, you're trying to do and what you want to do and what your purpose is in life, but take her with you and go big. I don't fault him for leaving. He faults himself. The others, or Corcus at least, but Corcus just talks just to talk, but yeah, when situation was dire, he left. You mean, hold on, I don't know if this song is on our approved playlist here, so give me a second. Oh, nope, still nothing. You mean, did I lose something before I even noticed it again? Again? Without even knowing, without even realizing I'd thrown it from the palm of my hand? When the skies falls at the holy ground, blind sheep gather and erect a pillar of fire? No, not yet, the flame. It's not yet blown out. Not yet. It's not too late. This time I swear. I'll never lose her again. That's noble. Gotta find her first. But yeah, from a textual stamp, this is the first time he's had... These are some of the better non-action chapters we've had in the whole series. This is one of the few times post-Eclipse where he's had a reflection moment of actual faces and names and conversations and thought processes and all that. And I thought that conversation with the old man was... Because it was interesting how that chapter started, because we've never seen Guts, like, listen. There's a difference between speaking to people and then, like, listening. He always speaks to people. He'll go back and forth with Puck or talk to Jill or Rosine or Apostles or Skull Knight or anybody. But he's never actually, like, taking anything in. It's just, like, tit-for-tat conversation. Like, you say this, so I say that. I respond with this, so you respond with that. Like, he had some gears turning in his head with that conversation. He was actually listening. There was a respect level given to what he was saying. And the old man was correct. Like, yes, all that happened, XYZ, you had irreplaceable things, your heart was broken, you had a burning rage inside of you. But you didn't lose every single irreplaceable thing. You still had pieces of it left, and you voluntarily just left it to attempt to please yourself, which he's gained nothing of. I don't think he feels any better in here than he did when he left 2 years ago. And he's just going out there with a mindless killing plan, thinking that, like, stacking up kills is going to make him feel better. And clearly it's not, so... I guess the next thing to look forward to is... the hunt for Casca? I'm going to assume that maybe she's a little more competent. Because how is she surviving at night without being able to fend for herself? I don't know. But Erica was also talking like, you know, she was barely eating. I couldn't stand seeing her like that, which makes me think maybe she hasn't come that far along in 2 years. I don't really know. We'll leave it there and see. Those were some great dialogue chapters, though. We'll go ahead and leave it there. I appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, favorite, subscribe as always.